What up, Internet? It's Young Guru. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Unfortunately, I forgot to record the last bit of my play, so you're going to miss out on some of the failures that we had. Basically, we tried to get into orbit, made it about. One of them crash landed into the water, but Bob Kerman survived, so everything was fine. We recovered a little bit of science. The next one, we got into almost orbit and landed on the opposite side of Kerbin. That gave us quite a bit of science, 30 science. We purchased up all 3 of the second tier sciences. And today, we're going to actually make it into outer space. We're going to do a full orbit, maybe 2 or 3. And the ballistic aeronautic Kerbals will venture forth. Let's begin. Let's go to the Science Center really quick. As I said, we got all 3 of these second tier sciences. The one we just picked up, it's a small liquid fuel engine, a landing strut, not exactly sure what I'll use that for, and a radial mounted parachute. Okay, so we're going to take our design. Let's boot up the Orbiter Mark II. We're going to make a Mark III, because Mark II did not have enough fuel to get as far up as we wanted. So remove that right there. We are going to add 1 more. That should be more than enough. And this, I think what we're going to do is do a quad pack. That'll get us quite high up in the atmosphere. We got our mystery goos, which appear to not be doing much anymore. I've kind of scienced them out completely. Ah, that's what the landing strut is. Okay, once we try to take off for the moon, or for the mun, we'll see how that works. Aerodynamic, we got some nose cones and winglet. We don't need those yet. And you can't see it here, but the radial decoupler is, let's zoom in, is this part right here. And what it allows is for us to use these rocket tanks, and then once they're depleted, pop them off. Then move on to this center component. So gotta move that in there. And what we're gonna do is these external solid fuel boosters will fire off first. We're gonna kick them out, turn on this liquid fuel stage. It has 3 fuel tanks. It should be enough to get us into a fairly high orbit. And let's see if I can finally actually get this to work. It can be Kerman. Save, launch. We'll see if he's actually sitting there or if Jebediah kicked him out. Can be. Alright. And let us begin this adventure. In 3, 2, 1, liftoff. That is a lot of fire going on down there. Hopefully I can accurately pull off a gravity roll here. Get us right into our orbital inclination. Looks like we're going to hit at least 10,000 before these solid fuel boosters die on me, which is great. 10,000. Let's start rolling off to the east. I'll take this nav ball, get us to about a 45-degree turn, purely to the east. Again, let's get our controls up here. Resources, stage only. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, we're doing better. Once we get into space, I won't need much fuel to get us back down. $75, $80 for the apoapsis. The highest point of ascent, 100. 120. Okay, kill the engine. Hopefully we can float up to there. We're still not quite out of the atmosphere. Oh, there's our space center. Nestled nicely down there. So we use the time warp function. Trying to speed up our time getting to the apoapsis. 1 minute to go. And that 1 minute is passed up now. Now we're going to just burn horizontally. Let's see, we're just going to level out. And we're going to full steam ahead. Get a nice little orbit going. You can see this is pushing out further and further. We can also see right here where the last orbital landed. Planted a flag to mark our achievement. Boom. So now we got an orbit. 226 on one end, and on the short end, 114. And then the first run last time, we took off from the Kerbal Space Center, right around here, shot up, and landed in the ocean over here. Still able to recover the spacecraft, which is nice. Landed, splash landed. A little bit of science there. And now we are going all the way around the planet. Last time, it looks to be just on the opposite side of the planet, so that's where that last one was. Set on year 1, day 1. So let's do a little time warp. I'm going to set a beacon here. So I have a add maneuver. We're not actually going to do a maneuver. I just want to be able to have my node down here so I can see how close I am to the highest point of ascent. What we're going to do is orient ourselves due north. Whoop, that's south. What this will do is kind of hold our position vertical to the planet, since we're traveling east. Can't really see it because it's really dark, but there's the spaceship, vertical up and down. Planet in the background, completely covered in darkness. Let's try to speed up a bit. We are 10 minutes away from our highest point of descent, but we're in a 100 times warp. Maybe 20 times? 50? So we'll get there quicker than what real life would be. Without the warp function, this game would be practically unplayable. A lot of the things around Kerbin kind of take place in the minutes to hours type situation, but getting to other planets, other moons, those maneuvers we're talking days. Some even years, probably. Let's look at us. Brightly shining through. So we're pretty high up. Hopefully the goo will actually give us a little bit of science. Looks like it's still... We're going to need to be in super high orbit for that to actually work. Let's get Ken B out of the spaceship. What do you think about orbiting? Let's get your EVA report. Ooh, that is nothing. Now we're going to try something crazy. This may or may not work. He's going to let go. He's got to venture out a bit. Grab a hold. Oh, no. Grab. Get you back inside. Maybe we can get you back out. Oh, he looks happy to have been floating around in space. You can do another EVA report. Let's let go. Turn on your boosters. Float away a little bit. Look at you. Floating in space. Turn your lights on. Let's get a report. Oh, yeah. That counts. Okay. Before you float away too far. Let's get you back home safe. Up you go. Grab. Get you back inside. Let's get a crew report. This also is giving us no science. Now comes the ultimate question. Can I get us to land? Oh, and I kind of turned on my booster, so I kind of tilted our orbit a bit. Oh well. We can live with that. Let's speed up a bit, go around the planet a few times. Oh, the mun. Back in the dark of night. Nice little crater there. Probably why there are no dinosaurs on Kerbin. That's my take on it. Okay, where is the Space Center? Still covered in darkness. Hopefully wait until that lights up. Try to land back where... You know what? I think I'm going to try. How much fuel do I have? Resources. Ooh, not much fuel. That's probably not going to happen. What we can try to do is land on one of the polar caps. That actually might get us some different type science. Don't think we can do it on this run. Too little fuel. And this planet just is not rotating that quickly. Let's add a maneuver here. All right, we're going to see if we can splash down right around the Space Center. It's a good chance we can't. But let's line ourselves up with that maneuver on this blue crosshair. See what happens. Do a little warp speed. Cut down that 9 minutes. 6 minutes. 5 minutes. 4 minutes. 3 minutes. 2 minutes. 1 minute. Slow down. And we are 4, 3, 2, 1. Full boost. We might actually pull this off completely. Look at that. There's the Space Center. Get rid of that. Space Center is right here. We're just a little to north of it. Let's point this way. Kick off our fuel tank. That should also come crashing down to Earth. Or Kerbin. See what the interior says. Ooh. We're moving at 107 or 1,120 meters per second relative to the ground. And we have no atmosphere to speak of. Nice little view of the center of the galaxy. Let's get out of this first person. Oop, kill my throttle even though I have no engine. Get my time warp back. There's the Space Center. Alright. 60,000 meters. We haven't quite started to burn up yet. Right now we're in warp. I think we're going twice as fast as normal. Whoosh, we're in the fire. Kind of a mountainous range. Whoosh, get that parachute out. No, we're not yet within 2,000 meters of the ground. That's good. Quite happy about this, though. I am not all that far from the Space Center. Space Center is here. Not that far off. Let's flatten this out. .400 meters above the surface. This could be a slightly wonky landing. Hopefully we don't roll over and blow up. That could be a bad fate for Mr. Kenby. Hmm, 40 meters. Oop, nice. Let's do a little EVA. Let's take a surface sample. This is dirt and grass and some small rocks. You've suspected this isn't going to be much of a groundbreaking discovery. 9 science, though. EVA report. I don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, was it? Huh? Not if we walked, but the route we took, I would say it was. Let's recover. $21 science, 36 science total. I don't know if that's enough to purchase anything. What do you got going on here? 45, 45, 45, and 45. Okay, well, we successfully got into orbit, went around the planet a few times. Call that a good day. Now we just got to find a way to get some new science, because our mystery goo is not working for us. So hopefully we'll discover something next time. Thank you for joining me. I'm Young Guru. I will see you next time.